Got it for the butcher and a bark for Tom, and a bucket for the poor old Father Tom. Got it before old here along in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the bunch of the old tin can, the mash and the corn, the barley, the bran. We're making it from the excise man, keep us home from raisin bar. No swing to the left, no swing to the right, shall the excise man keep that all night. He took the tail to the broad daylight in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the bunch of the old tin can, the mash and the corn, the barley, the bran. We're making it from the excise man, keep us home from raisin bar. No stand your ground and don't you fall. The excise men they're out the wall. Jesus Christ, they're doing it all. And the hills of Connemara. Gather up across the old big town. The mash and the corn, the valley, the brand. Well, they get up to the excise man. He was home from Brighton Bar. Gather up across the old big town. The mash and the corn, the valley, the brand. Well, they get up to the excise man. He was home from Brighton Bar. for the light of what the ladies might do. Done up for the night in the rouge and mascara.
And the boots and the plastic tiara. Vodka and lime. Big bombs 2 at a time. The vandals and Vikings combined. So the stoutest of men. God help us, it's girls' night in Galway again. Sega Dream! Sega Dream! Welcome. We're starting off here. Good to see you, Sega Dream. Alright. We're gonna do the old Crimson Vow. Oh, they got Quick Draft Kaldheim. That might be interesting. That'll be a good change of pace, maybe. But then you're dealing with bots, and bots are a whole different ball game. Everyone's got a good deck, because the bots aren't great drafters. They try to be. They try. But jumping right in. Here we go. Click ready for me. Alright. Do it. Alright, I said I would stream today, and that's why I'm streaming. So it's good to see you guys. Good to see you, Sega Dream. Welcome. Yep, your thumbnail is definitely a Sega Dreamcast, so you are a Sega Dream. Man, I remember the game Power Stone. That game was awesome for the Sega Dreamcast. And it's like, what? Yeah, you go onto eBay and you get a Sega Dreamcast with Power Stone. That's probably what, $50? Can't be worth too much. Yeah, roughly $100 you can have yourself a Sega Dreamcast. Alright, well, I'm going to take Torrens. Rending Flame is very good. And Stalker's okay. And Bleed Dry is good removal. But I'm going to take Torrens. Like, Torrens is just a very good card. Like, every time you cast a creature, so you get a 1/1 that also has training, which I think our opponent forgot the last time we played against a Torrens. Unfortunately, you need something with more power than a 1/1 attacking in, but this will be fine. I mean, it's a double strike enchantment is really why you draft that. Yeah, Power Stone was the only game I really played on the Dreamcast. Like, and as much as I kind of sort of, really wanted one, I never bought one. And I think it was just because of the fact that it's like you only really want it for a couple games. So it's like, I don't. It's not worth spending your money on that. I did spend my money on a GameCube really, really late into the popularity of GameCubes. Like when you could get them for like $100 new. But it was like, yeah, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Kart Double Dash, and Super Smash Brothers were all good reasons to buy that system. Because that's the thing about Nintendo as a company, FYI. It's like they're all about... They're all kind of about the multiplayer and keeping all your friends and family engaged, depending on how you play your video games. I kind of want to take the Vampire Slayer over the Adamant Will, but I'll take the Adamant Will now, and then we'll see kind of how the rest of the... I mean, this is pack 1. We'll see how it shakes out. I'm gonna take the piercing light. There's really nothing in that pack. We pretty much locked ourselves into green white. Which you don't necessarily want to do in terms of pack one, pick one, but we're just waiting for the next pack, or next pick, but next pick requires the next pack. Alright. I'm just going to take the Grimm's Finery. Yeah, the Toxic Scorpion is good, but sometimes you just want to take away the card that someone else may want. I don't think anyone necessarily wants that Witch's Web, but that Grimm's Finery, because they have to have the brides dressed in order to want the Grimm's Finery, but it's not a big deal. And we got all the colors. Ooh. So this is interesting. I do like Dig Up. It's a rare and it gets you a basic land for one if you need it. It can also be used as a demonic tutor. Granted, we're not really in black, so the secondary half of this card is kind of useless. I think I'm going to lean towards the Infestation Expert, but the real reason this is interesting is because Draftsmith. So Draftsmith says the Resistance Squad 32. It's 30. It's gold. So like it's basically saying take the Resistance Squad. If I control another human, I get a card. It's a 3/2 for 3. Okay, lower curve, all that. But the amount of bodies you can get off of an Infestation Expert, I think, makes this card more valuable. Especially because, and we did take it, thank you, Autodraft, for not effing that up. Because of this Torrens. So, like, our strategy is to just go wide. Like, that's what we're going to do. Is go wide. Hopefully Torrens lives the whole game. Unlikely, but hopefully. We have one. Well, okay, these are human tokens, I think is why it's evaluating humans so highly. Or cards that care about humans so highly, because So Laid to Rest is 1. I don't think that's a Story Spotlight card, but if it is, then I wonder if that's Catilda's Grave Burial thing. I'm going to take the enchantment. The enchantment's pseudo removal. It's not hard removal because it locks it's a passivism. You get locked under the enchantment if you can't remove it. I also like how our vault progress is 666. Perfect for Innistrad. Doing you, showing me. Now, if you guys want to buy a real good tie, I recommend Xenia. Zenya's are amazing ties. And it's Italian, so it's like Zenya. So apologies to my Italian friends, but it's... So, Ermenegildo is how you'd pronounce it really badly Semitically, but it's like Ermenegildo, I'm sure. Or Guido. Zenya. But Zenya makes some amazing ties, and they're very versatile. Like, they go with anything. Like, if you have to wear a tie for your job, I recommend Zenya. I used to have to wear a tie for my job. So there's some real nice Zenyas out there. I hate to have 4 or 5 jobs, but it's fine. Because the Cloak Cadet, as much as Draftsmith may sit there and be like, you know, I don't like this card. It's like, the reality of Cloak Cadet is that every time, well, it only triggers once per turn, but the point is, so long as you're putting a training counter on something, which we have synergy with training counters out here, we get to draw a card. So even if you're just sacking something, that's a vampire. He cares about humans. The Geist is the pick, let's be honest. But again, 5/5 drops is quite a few. Green is kind of dried up for us. I'm not paying as close of attention to the packs as I probably should to kind of better have a sense of where these cards are going. It's like I'm sitting here going, well, that's not good, or that's not good, and I'll just take the card that's best for us in this moment, or what I feel is best for us in this moment. I mean, I'd like to think, maybe the Ceremonial Blade. Anyway, I'd like to think that, just based on my recent luck, this is a guy who's just dicking with us. By which I mean auto-drafting, which that's the problem with drafting on Arena. There's always that one person who's just too slow. And slowing all of us down. But, no, what I was saying is I'm under the impression, because I haven't had great success lately. Oh, I'm so glad that we got a role recruit. We can have 3 infestation experts. Circle of Confinement is probably best. It's removal, and then we have that too, so... I mean, this isn't great removal, but it at least can remove something small, like a rule recruit. But I'm saying that I wouldn't be shocked if there's, like, some pro players just lurking in the Platinum. I mean, not literal pro players, but something to explain the fact that... Oh, that's actually super good with the Taurens. Again, if it triggers. I've just never been a fan of... we got the... I'll take the Bride. I know I should be taking the Dawnheart, but I'm taking the Bride. I'm taking the Bride. Because I'm that kind of man. I go to weddings and steal the bride. Yeah, I haven't been super successful, and I don't know if that's because everybody and his dog, when you enter a draft queue, is there, or if that's because auto drafters screw up your signals. So, like, Lacerdo here is probably screwing up all sorts of signals. Or if it's like, if you are only drafting against platinum opponents, or like everyone else here is also platinum, then they're the ones that, you know, maybe they're grinding for Mythic right now because they have time off, let's say, and they're just messing everything up. Like for people like you or I who are sitting here and, you know, I'm a casual, I'm not super pro, but it's like I go to draft and I'm picking the right cards, you know, things are moving, and then it's like, wait, what? You know, as I get run over when I go to actually enter and play games. And I get vault progress on that. I've been burned by that card twice in draft, too. So don't sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, just not take the extra turn spell. And it's like, no. Oh, I've been run over by it. Take the extra burn spell. Extra turn spell. Churn. Not burn. Churn. Whatever. It auto-picked on that one, sure. I don't know what actually was available in that pack, but I took the damn saw, but I really don't like the saw. I don't like this card. Yeah, equipped creature gets +3/+3, and you can keep rumbling in with it. And every time you sacrifice, so it's good in the late game. But I don't like it. I just don't. And I'm sure that was a late pick for it. But yeah, I'm not sold on it. Never have been. Alright. So, Adamant Will. 1 Heron Blessgeist. Whatever. I don't really want to play it the way Draftsmith wants us to play it, but I will today. Because I think Piercing Light actually is a pretty decent removal spell. There's quite a bit of cards with 2 toughness. Like where it becomes a useful card. I can't do anything until turn 3, but let's do it. Uh-oh. See, right here, if I had the Piercing Light. I wouldn't necessarily have the Piercing Light in my hand, but I'm just saying, like... Like, that's an example of where it would be good. And now that Pack Song Pup's just going to get infinitely big, and there's not much I can do. I can lock it under an enchantment. I'm not trading off a Torrens for Pack Song Pup. I'm sorry. Great, you can get the... And he could get it back. So that's another reason why I'm not trading it. I will trade off the Resistance Squad if it comes up. Why would you discard that? Yeah, sure. If that's what you want to do. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Maybe. Whatever he wants to do. Another sharpshooter. Yeah. I value the other insect over the... Ooh, that's sexually bad for him. Yeah, that's a lot of training triggers. Machine gun. I might as well just attack and see how they block. Now, I don't know what the right thing to do was, but... Sega Dream, Sega Dream. In my chat, Sega Dream. Oh, hey, first time viewer, Royal Saiyan. Whoop. So I'm Platinum, Royal Saiyan. But welcome. And Roxasy. I'm just Platinum 4. I mean, I'm sure you just saw it, too. Like, I'm not a pro. Sorry. If that disappoints you. But I'm your average. Very average. How many times can I say that word? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I wouldn't call me super casual, but it's like above average. I play my modern FNMs because that's what my LGS does. We do, that's a human, right? Draw a card. We play modern on Friday, and then we also do. I mean, there is a draft offered. I usually just do modern though because I love modern. It's a fun form. I mean, it used to be, but at least before Horizons came out and kind of effed everything up. It's like, now you need Ragavans. So whenever a human dies, I get to draw a card. So maybe I play this first and then just attack. Because I can draw 2 cards off of it. I mean, okay, the Perish Blade gets a free block, but I get a card out of it. Alright, yeah, no, I think I'm okay with that. Because I get closer to this guy who can essentially not infinitely block, but does a pretty good job at blocking. I can't do much against flyers. That sucks. So that's the negative. But the rest is positive. I'd rather be more efficient with my mana here, so I'm casting in this way. This-a-wise. I think I have actually played against you, Royal Saiyan. I mean, yeah, you're welcome to add me on your friends list. I need to pluralize that. Sometimes the brain goes faster than the mouth, and things come out. You've just probably ranked up faster than I have, and that's just a fact. So these two have flying, great. The counters, oh, this could be dangerous because the counters go somewhere. Let's do it like so. Because that's 4. And ultimately, I still lose 2, but I want the double striker in the bin. So you put the counters over there. He gets the training trigger. Yeah. Training makes it a 4. That's no fun. Let me just gain life then. Because I feel like I've played against you on the ladder. Arg. Well, no, yeah, you still get the training and then you jump it. Son of a bitch. Pardon my muffle, though. This only works if I had an extra 2 mana, so I think we're sunk, whether we like it or not. So, that's why I'm just going to do that. Yeah! I mean, this is draft too, Royal Saiyan. Oops. You can see Platinum Tier 4. I'm Platinum Tier 4 in Constructed too, but I don't play a lot of Constructed. I kind of just meme in Constructed. But I like Elementals. Elementals are my jam. Good old... Risen Reef. Risen Reef. And actually, in our modern FNMs, we decided to do... it was basically a non-tiered day. So you can't bring a list that top 8'd in the past month. So, like, if something has a top 8 to its credit. And, like, what's interesting is... I mean, it's not like I've been monitoring tournament results here or anything. But, I think it kind of just... Maybe a version of Storm, like Lotus Storm. Something silly like that. Nope, I need that human alive. Sorry. Card advantage. I mean, Historic's similar to Pioneer. I gotta say, a deck that I really want to try out in Pioneer, and just really for fun, casual fun, is Sorin Tribal, because you have Return to Ravnica Forward. And Return to Ravnica Forward, there's the Khan Sorin, there's the Shadows over Innistrad Sorin, there's the M20 Sorin, there's the War of the Spark Sorin, and now there's this one. So there's 5 different Sorins you can play around with that I can remember. Maybe there's a 6th. But Sorin Tribal, I think, would be interesting. I don't think it's super duper viable in Historic, because I think Historic you only have access to 3, maybe 4 Sorins. I think I'm okay with this, and then if they do... Because this becomes a 3-2. So they can't just block it with the 1-1. But they can double block the Resistance Squad, and that's their business if they want to double block the Resistance Squad, sure. Okay, well, I kill off the Lantern Bearer. And I still control a human. The Historic deck that I've actually been playing, for the record, and that's, like I say, it's a meme deck. But the one that I've been playing is Mirror Match. The one where you flip coins and you get tokens of the creatures based on your flips. Like, it's not great, but it breaks Arena half the time. Half the time you play it. It can be, but it can be fun. Alright, how efficient do we want to be with our mana? We're sitting at 6. I can only do one thing. Alright, I'm just going to cast the Cloaked Cadet. Because he draws us a card. Laid to Rest would draw us a card if I ran that out. But, I mean, 1 land allows us to cast 2 things. 2 lands allows us to cast 2 things. Not that we necessarily want to runner into land, but land gets us some versatility. You can only put 4 in front of the Cadet. Okay, Resistance Squad's gone. Great. I mean, for you, have your for you, Royal Saiyan, I can show you the deck here in a minute. You're at least engaging with me. I mean, that's just being honest. These other people, it's nuts to them. But I kid. But yeah, if it works, it works. But it's not like you can fall out of a league when you get there. So it's like, alright, I got to... let's do that. So while I got to Platinum 4, I can lose as many times as I want, because I'm not actively trying to... It's more that I just have fun with RNG coin flip mechanics. Speaking of coin flips, I mean, they got that new secret lair. So this actually backfires on you, by the way. So he casts Fear of Death. Fear Death, it's going to get minus X minus O based on the creatures in their yard. So they have enough that it's a -4. So 1, 2, 3, okay. And they got rid of a bomb in Gerald. So because this is a negative, the training trigger is going to happen. Now, we were going to get the training trigger anyway, let's be honest. But in disabling this creature, from a damage perspective, we can still draw cards off the Cloaked Cadet. So I don't really understand that decision. FYI. It still trains, and it will continue to train. So he's basically bought himself a few turns, but it's infinitely gonna train now because it's got a negative power, and it sees that negative power. I might as well just kill the skeleton. I gain the life, I draw the card. And now the Hook Hand Mariner is gonna... The Cloak Cadet's gonna see the Hook Hand and the Griff Rider, and so they both train. I'm pretty sure, I mean, with our opponent at 3 life, I'm pretty sure we have this one in the bag. But I don't want to sound too overconfident. Oh no! It's exile too. Uh-oh. Well, again, I'm still confident we have it in the bag. Yeah, actually, let's hang on to the Infestation Expert, because that helps us go wide. And that's just playing smart. And then they die. Okay. They didn't have a good block there. But I was like, I don't know, maybe have the bounce spell or something. Do what you gotta do, Saiyan. You know, just stay in the chat and you'll catch. My poinsettia dropped a leaf. Or poinsettia, depending on how you pronounce it. Yeah, do what you gotta do. You'll at least walk into it. If, you know, whether you're here. This actually is perfect. Perfect. I'm going to play out the elf first. Make our opponent think we're playing elves. In reality, you want to play out a red source, but I'm in no hurry. So this is a control opponent. Banishing Light. Oh no! They're gonna get the... yeah. No! So I cast the Mirror March. Ixalan's Binding, okay. So they're going to turn off our combo. Which is fine. So with our hand now, it's just wait and see. Because you're just trying to get something. And I can only just do chip damage. Because they, you know, blue-white control, they had it all. They didn't literally have it all, but it's just, that's how blue-white control plays. Alright, if it's... I can at least pay. Okay, it's a disdainful stroke. Hey, you might as well hold up mana and then have it be like, alright, if it's a mana... Not mana drain, because mana drain's not legal in Historic, but if it's a... that sort of effect, like Supreme Will, I think, is counter target spell or pay 3. It's like, okay, well, I could have paid the 3. I could have paid 4. I don't care if he's drawing cards off Teferi. I just don't want Teferi to ultimate. I think I only have like a couple basics. Well, speak of the devil. Okay, that actually... Well, it works better for us, but... Okay. Let's just eat your tokens. Tenacious Pup doesn't do anything. Alright. It still is going to come in. My guess is they have the counter. Yep, they had the saw it coming the whole time. I should do that on end step, but I'd rather force the board wipe. And the whole point of this arcane thing is like, well, if you have less cards than your opponent, and it's like, no, you have more cards than me, and you'll always have more cards than me because you're a control player. Yeah, that's a land. Nope. So, good old blue-white control. It's not an aggressive enough deck because you have too many mana dorks. Too many mana dorks. See, I do that, and then I cast a Tangled Florahedron, but the Tangled Florahedron is a 2/2 with Vigilance. It's kind of a waste of this new Alchemy exclusive card. Like, I kind of like the card, but it's also like, it doesn't do much. Doink, doink. Is this a Soul Herder deck? I think it is a Soul Herder deck. That's why it's playing Leorian. Whoops. Alright. I just made the music disappear temporarily, don't worry. Well, we can cast things by virtue of having mana dorks. I'd rather draw into some lands here. Okay, so I'm walking around my apartment. Okay, they fumigate. We mirror march. So long as they don't have enchantment removal, and it's best of one, so you never know when they do or don't. But maybe you get lucky. Maybe. Maybe, Steve. We have the Goldspan Dragon, and we have a means of getting it back with the Timeless Witness. But we need 2 mana to actually. So, kind of need to cast the Goldspan. Get us 2 treasure tokens. Kept Ashiok off the board for now. Okay. Cool. I will run this one out. Because, yeah, 0 did not win a flip. But this one's more likely to get me like 1 or 2 flips. Yep. Value. So this is how the deck works, Saiyan. We got 20 triggers. Jesus. I gotta resolve them all, but... okay, resolve them all. So if it's just card draw, it's card draw. I wish the modal cards you could play off of these triggers, but you can't. I don't mind. Like, it's just 20 triggers. When this happens, you kind of get at risk of decking yourself, but we're still at, I think, 30 cards. Yeah, 27. A big mass of lands. This is a time when you could play the Seasoned Pyromancer and like super go off, but I don't want to deck ourselves. Like, no. So I'm just gonna pay the 1 here. If we get additional geese, then we get additional food tokens. Nope. And then I'm gonna cast this with our 2 treasures. Nope, we didn't win. No worries. Land for turn. But now all of our dragons are cheaper. They all go away. Mirror Mimic goes. Yeah, that's all well and good. And if they wrath the board, then they wrath the board. But they still have to deal with an enchantment, and we have a full hand. Prismatic Bridge, eh? My chair makes noise. Alright, so if I really wanted to, like, basically just win out, here we go. This is also a good way to break arena. One flip. A lot of flips. And then two flips. Two flips. We cheesed him with Terror of the Peaks, but if you double your chances of winning the flips with the Mirror March, sorry. Like, we could have just cast creature into creature and creature on just one and seen, like, kind of how that played out. But it's like, no, I'd rather double my chances. We have enough mana. But I'd rather double my chances on that one. But there you go. Sorry, you got to see that friend request sound. I mean, it's probably a mulligan because I don't have double red. This is also a soul herder deck. The word will come out eventually. It just takes my brain a minute. Here comes the Soul Herder. Soul Train! on a collected company, but you can collected company with a Soul Herder deck. Fibblethip, draw a card, and draw another card with Wall of Blossom. Sure, you draw 2 cards. It's just a defender. Why would you discard a Soul Herder? I mean, that was a good hit, lucky them, but that doesn't make sense to me. But now we're just stuck waiting until we draw something. That's the other downside to this deck. Because now it's like, well, I probably should have cycled the Ketria Triumph. I didn't have the mana. I get it back off the time, anything back off the Timeless Witness, so I'm not freaking out here. Not interested. Okay, but you're still... That doesn't work, I don't think. Because you give me the other Goldspan Dragon back. Yeah, so... Oh, it's in every copy. Okay, sorry. I forgot. I was thinking of a different card. I don't have a dragon, so there's no real point in doing that. When things die, they come back with flying. Yeah. Okay. You got it, boss. It shouldn't keep its flying. Yeah, it doesn't keep its +1/+1 counters, though, so he has to redo everything. I mean, we're gonna get buried by value. We already have gotten buried by value, let's be honest, but I'm trying. Where it really doesn't matter what we do. I mean, I'm just trying. I mean, obviously I'm digging for like the 2 or 3 outs that we may or may not have. which our biggest outs are Terror of the Peaks into, well, Mirror March into Terror of the Peaks, which you can't do in a single turn. Unless I got really lucky with a land, but I still can't. I'd have to get land and Mirror March off of this, but I can't. I still can't cast both in a turn. So it literally doesn't matter. Talk about win more. Like, you don't even have to do this, but look at what they're doing. I mean, that's a land, but it's... Like, that's all we can cast and do. Like, they're gonna... They bury us in value at that point. But just for fun, I mean, that's the deck, for what it's worth. FYI. I'm not actually gonna build the deck, though. We'll just say it's historic, except I'm not going to do anything with it. It gets saved as a non-existent. There was a Planeswalker deck one. Okay, so Sorin Vampire Lord. But there are, I mean, so there's 3 Sorins that you can play, and if you wanted to do Sorin Tribal. And then it's, I mean, really it's just going to be black-white vampires. So it would be probably like Legion's Landing and this guy, the Gifted Aetherborn. But then perhaps Knight of Ebon Legion too. Like, there are ways that you could build this and have it be halfway reasonable. In Historic, there's the Exquisite Blood Veto combo, mind you. Be something like that. Like that. That just for the sake of having a Sorin. This is me also. Granted, this is me just throwing cards down. Okay. I have plenty of wild cards, so that's not an issue. The card is called Exquisite Blood. You should know that it's called Exquisite Blood. Yes, I should. As long as you're gaining life, it goes infinite. There'd be something like that. Like, this isn't good, but it would be something like that. That was me just throwing cards down, and it's not. Oops. No, I'm not going to play mill. This isn't going to do anything. I'm just showing it off. In hopes that it works. For the one game that I'm just going to do, and then I'm going to go back to that draft. Yeah, sure, it's fine. If I draw planes, I can do this. Okay. When it dies, draft a card from the spellbook. I don't have payable passages, so I can't really remove Yawgmoth. I could have done a better job. At I don't know what's in his the witch's spellbook. How did he just get 2 mana and blow something up? Oh, just. Yawgmoth doesn't do a good job of standing in front. Okay. Oh, it's Phyrexian Tower. Sorry, Phyrexian Tower sacrifice a creature gain 2. Because I just couldn't see based on their graveyard. I was like, how the hell? Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't get first strike. Just kind of... And okay, we managed to win whatever brew they were on. So I did not expect that deck to do anything. But that's kind of... I mean, there's a better way of doing it, trust me. Because you'd want a better mix of spells and creatures in there than what I have. On top of better ways to balance Sorin, I'm sure. Anyway, I'll give you a couple more games of draft before I sign off for the day. And literally for the day, because I gotta go to the in-laws' house. But, again, I mean, this is me being... If you follow the Facebook page, which I recommend doing Royal Saiyan, and everyone else, so Sega Dream Sega, and Roxasy, if you follow the Facebook page, I try to post when I stream up there. Granted, I try to be consistent, but I know I'm fairly inconsistent about being consistent. I'll take 3, it's fine. So, like, I said that I would stream on Friday. I said that on Tuesday after trying to stream with all the internet troubles I would have. And then I return on Monday. And assuming I don't get the job that I'm supposed to be getting, well, not supposed to be getting, but that I had an interview for, and I did a work interview, so like a secondary interview, then I should be able to stream every day. So I should be able to be back Monday. But I'm trying to sort some things out and update my TCG store, which y'all are welcome to take advantage of. I have a TCG store. It is under the name Great Escape Games. That is an actual store here in the Sacramento area, which you're welcome to support the actual store. I'm not affiliated with them, but I came up with the name by just being like, I wonder if this exists, and it didn't exist, so it stuck. But in that sense, so yeah, right now my inventory is down, but it's Great Escape Games on TCG Player. The inventory is down. I'm trying to get everything posted. There's a lot of cards that I'm trying to sell. A lot. Yep, they flip. He's gonna, I guess, try to fling 14 damage at me, because he can. It's gonna take a lot of mana, but he can. we have a Sigardas. Okay, you killed Torrens. I draw a card. I draw another card. It makes it more difficult for them to drain us out because it requires 3 mana and a tap. I'm still okay with that exchange. Because I get a card out of it. The thing is, I can equip the Heron of Hope, swing in, and gain a bunch of life. So, I think we're okay. Yeah, they get a creature back. But again, they can only drain us for 4. I gain life now. Which is why I don't think draining me was the play. Okay, they get 2 slugs. That's not fun. That's not fun. No, nope, nope, nope. I don't like that. That's really annoying. It's really annoying. We got bombed out by a bomb. So, pretty annoying. I made it so that he couldn't just drain us for 8, but I can't win. Maybe we just got janked out by a Toxrill. It's a good card. What? That's... Oh, it's a werewolf on its backside. Dope. It doesn't matter. Oops. I'm sorry, I just closed out of Arena. I meant to concede. I don't play full screen. Sorry. And the screen goes black because I didn't click concede. Click the X instead of the gear in the upper left right corner. Oops. We lost. Like, we know we lost. So, moving on. They had the right card to deal with the Taurens. What's funny is, like, you saw all the value that we had on our side of the battlefield. And it's kind of like, oh, like, you know, when you're looking at, you know, we have the laid to rest, and we have this, and we have that. I don't think we're going to gain any ranks because I think the game's glitching. Or at least for that match it did. We'll see how this next... win or lose, we'll see if it gives the same... First of all, if it makes our avatar Johnny, but second of all, if it actually gives us... Because our avatar is Kiora. Ooh. That's fine. I play a Dawnheart on 2 and a Resistance on 3, and then maybe we draw into the 4th land, and so we got the curve. Like, we got the curve. Oh, God. Can't do anything against the 1/5. Who knew? Just who knew? 1/5 would be the death of us. That flips into a 2/6. And they already have 2 out of 3. And I have no, like, there's no removal. You know, we're not playing black. I can't realistically bait them into something silly. Counterspell. Let them counter it. Oh, no. Yeah, I can make something fly, but that's... I don't think that's worth the risk of throwing it away. Now that flips into a 2/6. Oh. Yep. It's free damage, sure. Unfortunately, now with that, with 2 power, makes things super difficult. I think this still works. Creatures you control the way I want it to work. Sorry. You go outside and I forget about you. Come on. Come on, cat. Zoe be the cat. Be the mascot for the channel that we need you to be. Cool. And we basically lose on that interaction. Because now it's a 4/4 that can be blocked if you sack an island. You throw in 3 damage there, and then you can sack things, and yeah. All he has to do is attack, that's 7, and then drain, and we lose. So we lost. We lost. No sense wasting more of my time. I saw the line. I don't care if they saw it. And maybe the format is just more solved than it used to be, but something is wrong, and I don't know if that's a mass exodus from Arena, leaving only a certain caliber of player, if everyone is now just has the time to draft, so again, you have an influx of higher caliber players from that regard. So yeah, I don't know what exactly is going on, but something is going on, which is causing this, because we actually had moderate success with Crimson Vow until now. I mean, granted, I went. I think the last time we streamed it was 203s. Well, no. It wasn't 203s because there was the Batter Net day. But before then, it was 203s. So at least I got 2 wins. But we're kind of like back to square one is how it feels. And that's the issue. So anyway. I'm going to sign off. Well, alright, fine, you're back. I'll... This won't work, but... Like, I doubt you'll actually see it pop off. But I'll play one more. Just in hopes that you get to see it. If you don't get to see it, then you can't. There is you can watch it on the YouTube or the Facebook. That's the word, and see the replay. This is fine. This is fine. Oh crap. Mill's not the end of the world, but uh-oh. Well, they got 3 lands off the top of our deck. We helped them with our Risen Reefs anyway. can't jam in for any damage. So whatever counterspell shenanigans they may or may not have been holding up, we turn off. There was no point playing a card there, like playing an untapped land, because I didn't have the 5th mana. I used the Goose for a turn 2 Risen Reef, not for a... Okay, they're gonna mill us some more. But now they're tapped out. So I do get to slam with the Goldspan, just to punish them. Oh, I should have swung with the Innkeeper too. Oh well. Yep. Method of my madness. Method being my own stupidity, but... We have them in our hand. We just need a 1-drop. Well, any creature, really. This is not a creature. It gets us 2 Risen Reef triggers. But it's not where we necessarily want to be. Yeah. Mill. Fiddlesticks. There's a 1-drop. Okay. We needed to fill up our hand.
Fortunately, I won't have to remember this.
Because they can counter this one, and then we have a backup. I mean, if I flip 2, I'll cycle the Ketria. Nope. We probably only have like 20 cards left. 23. So we have 1, maybe 2 turns. The other 6 to do something. That's all of our mana, so no. It gets us 4 mana. Block. He hasn't shown us any counterspells yet. We're not flipping any coins is the issue. But we're at 16 now. We're going to lose another 6 or another 9, depending on what they play. Okay, we lose another 12. If they can't clear our creatures, we have lethal, let's be honest, but... But it's like, okay. Because that's still a lethal attack. Okay, commencement of festivities, sure. But that got us what we needed, which was tokens. So alright, let me Timeless Witness, and if it works, it works. That's not combat damage. Oh, we got enough. Bam! We won 10 flips. But that's how the deck works, Royal Saiyan. So the way the deck works, sorry for not running, like, truly do... Yeah, is you use the mirror match, and the mirror match says every time you win a flip, you get a token, and... You know, it's RNG. It's random as all F, without saying the word. But yeah, mirror match. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, flip the coin unless you lose a flip for each flip you won. Create a token as a copy. Those tokens double, or they gain haste. Excuse me, bleh, and exile them at the end step. So basically, I just went for lethal because I was like, whatever. He had the prevent all. He had a fog. Prevent all combat damage. And so it's like, the funny thing is it works with these two because these are non-tokens as well. They make copies, but they're non-token copies. But yeah, Terror of the Peaks is a one of, and it bailed us out. Really, I'm just trying these out in the deck, because they're the new alchemy cards. But that's essentially what it does. It's a fun combo. Like, it really is just fun. It doesn't do anything. And half the time it breaks Arena because when you win 10 flips like that, Arena gets pretty stupid. And it's like, what? I now have to remember that the next creature that enters the battlefield with the Tenacious Pup is going to get +1/+1 and have trample and all that jazz. So the next thing we were going to play was a Seasoned Pyromancer. Draw 2 cards. Again, benefiting the mill guy. What does he care? But that Seasoned Pyromancer was going to enter with 10 +1/+1 counters on it. And then the Terror of the Peaks is going to see it as a 10 10-10 and boom. But we only needed to get 6 damage, so we only needed to win 1 or 2 flips. The issue is this season Pyromancer could have killed us by drawing on an empty deck. But that was the gamble that I had to play to get the win. It worked out in that instance, but yeah. Mirror March. A silly card. Not a good card, but a silly card. Whoops. What's actually worth noting is Omnath is legal. And Omnath actually would be pretty... Though, this Omnath, not this Omnath, is good. So the M20 Omnath is actually... Legend rules itself is the issue. But when you start... But every one of those Omnaths sees the Mirror March. Or sees the other Omnath, I should say. With the Mirror March in play. To phrase that better. So it shoots your opponent based on the number of elementals you control. Well, if you've won 10 flips and there's 10 Omnaths, yeah, they legend rule each other, but they all see each other. So you sit there and go, that's like 30 or 40 damage, if that happened. And he's actually not bad. I probably should run an Omnath or two and maybe take these stupid Fearsome Whelps out, because Omnath is a better card. But neither here nor there. The only thing you missed too while you were away was I made a Sorin tribal deck just for shits and giggles, but this isn't good. This is like, we have a shell. It's not a good shell, but it's a shell. It probably needs better white. Well, I don't know. You have 13 white sources. I don't think that's horrible compared to 11 black, but we didn't draw a white. But anyway, it's like, yeah, Vampire Tribal, sure. But the whole idea is really you want a Sorin Tribal. And this was just stream of consciousness. Like, there's a... excuse me. There's a way better build of this deck, I'm sure, out there. But that's why I say I'd rather do this in Pioneer, if Pioneer ever comes to Arena. I just don't want to invest the money in MTGO right now. But you have access to additional Sorins that aren't on Arena. So you have the Grim Nemesis from Shadows, and you have Solemn Visitor from Cons. So, anyway. Neither here nor there. That's just some additional dialogue to soothe you guys. But again, that's going to be the stream for me today. So I'm going to sign off. So thanks for chatting, Royal Saiyan. I sent you a friend request. Thanks for joining us, Caxips06, Roxy, and then Sega Dream. Thank you all for being here. If I don't hear back from the job that I interviewed with, then I'll be back doing this on Monday. I try to do this every day. So anyway, yep, I do my best. Anyway, follow us on Facebook. And Twitch. Thank you for the Twitch follow there, Royal Saiyan, 5 minutes ago. But the Facebook is Zoiby_Devil, my MTG name, and then with a capital MTG. So thrown in there. You can chat with me directly, do everything out there on the Facebook, and that's generally when I post my schedule too, especially if I know it in advance. And then Twitch, of course, Zoiby_Devil. Duh. And YouTube, same thing. The videos are uploaded live there. They're unedited, but you can watch all the past videos. And thanks for stopping by, everyone. And I accept donations via PayPal. It's Tanner4 at SBC Global. And since you're a new follower, Royal, I will just tell you the only reason I don't run a camera is because it drains my internet. I have no problem running a camera, but I drop frames like a mofo when I run the camera. But if you need to see my face, it's on the Facebook page, along with our Our unofficial mascot, the cat, Zoibe Devil. Because Zoibe is my cat. And he is a devil. But anyway, yeah, have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you next time. I will be signing out and heading